Laws change, people change, the world changes. Some things move so fast it's just hard to keep up. But there's some things that are just always going to be the case. I can know, for example, that God is the maker of it all, that God in the beginning created all things, and that the one special part of that creation was when God said, "Let us make man in our image and after our likeness." And he created them both male and female in the image of God. One of the reasons that God made them male and female and declared that's in his image was because when you consider the Godhead, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, they were in divine communion, relationship, fellowship all of the time. God longed for us to have that kind of fellowship in our lives, that we might be able to be joined together and have that kind of oneness, so that even between human beings there could be one flesh relationships. Why? Why do we have so many problems concerning that whole thing? Let me suggest something. When we remember God made us all, and that God created us in his own image and in his own likeness, it makes a huge difference in how we view life as a whole and how we see things in this world. So many of the major concerns that are out there in our day really are based on the fact that people have rejected God as the creator and man as that unique being made in the very image of God. If you teach every young person going through school that everything is just something that came out of natural order, that there was no creator, that it either always was or just sort of sprang up all of a sudden out of nothing, then the reality is, what difference are we from any other being in the world? It would be hard to look at the world. It's hard to even look at ourselves and even the minor parts of ourselves and not see intelligent design, not see a designer that is greater than we are. Imagine driving along in the West and coming up on the mountain range and seeing all of the beautiful mountains, and all of a sudden you see Mount Rushmore. Would anybody ever come upon Mount Rushmore with the images of the different presidents and say, man, the wind must have really been blowing hard to come up with something like that? Imagine walking along the beach and suddenly you see this beautiful sand castle that has been made with a lot of different intricate details. Who in the world would look at it and say, man, the waves sure were coming in today to create something like that? In reality, if one said either one, we'd say, man, you're a nut. Can't you see that there was someone designing that? How can a person actually, honestly look at our world, look at human beings, look at just about anything in creation and come up with a notion? It's all just something that happened by natural order, natural selection. In reality, the ones who believe that notion and who proclaim it do so not because of any evidence to bring it about, but because they rejected God to begin with and now have to come up with an idea to explain their beliefs. The whole notion of the atheistic and naturalistic ways of looking at things is a worldview that is as much a religion as Christianity ever saw a day to be. It's just a false one.